Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Divine Knowledge of the Ancient Ones. I'm here with another general reading. Been shuffling and yeah, let's see what the cards have for us today. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Just so you know, the King of Pentacles came out twice when I was shuffling. So let's see what this reading is about today. I'm getting fear. There's a lot of fear amongst people who are going through a deep transition right now, trying to figure out who they are, what's going on in their life. How do I make these shifts from my old self to my more authentic self? So let's see what. I'm hearing 6 to 10 cards, so that's what I'm going to pull. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting here, the first card is a 4 of Wands. There's a desire, deep desire for some wholeness. Family, home is the energy I'm getting. Wanting to feel a sense of peace in terms of your desires. What you're trying to attract is some level of stability here. And I'm also getting that this is about twin flames coming into union. So there's an energy there where we're wanting and desiring this to come into fruition, but we're also having to go deep within ourselves because we're being called to keep looking inwards with this Hermit card and seek the answers from within. Some of us are acting out, doing things that are not serving us. Engaging in stuff that is not for your highest good, and this is pushing you away from this thing that you really desire. And there's a level of acceptance that's needed that this is actually what you want, even though your reality may not be looking like it's attracting this kind of energy. But there's a need to have some sort of self-acceptance that this is where you want to be. This is what you ultimately desire, union with your divine partner. And you're trying to attract it, but it's like you're going about it the wrong way. Some of you are not even certain that that is really what it is that's going on for you, and that's why you're being asked to go look within. The answers lie within with this Hermit card. Some of you have been in isolation, as I said in my past reading, and you're still in isolation and you're trying to figure things out, but it's just looking like it's not. Things are not really making sense for you. You're trying to understand all these energies that are playing out. And I'm getting a sense of maybe depressiveness with this isolation. Some of you are in a forced isolation. Some of you, this is a self-isolation. And you're trying to understand, why am I in these spaces and places? And some of you might also be having to really reflect on the situation that you're in right now. If you're in a situation where you're in maybe a partnership and you have a family, you're having to reflect on that and ask yourself whether this is really the situation that is for you, because you're getting a sense that this might not be what it is that you're desiring. You're having that understanding now that, yes, I wanted this to happen in my life, but I'm not sure that this is what it's supposed to be looking like. And so you're having to self-isolate and go within to figure out what's next for you. What does this mean for you? It's almost like an upheaval to what you thought was the ideal life that you desired for yourself, and now you're realizing that actually this is not really what I want. This is not what is playing out. And I want this, but what I'm in right now doesn't look like what I desired. And maybe you're having to rethink your values and your principles and your current positioning, and really ask yourself whether this is the kind of life that you want to live. And it's not to say you don't want to have a family and some sense of stability, but wherever your situation is not conducive for what it is you're desiring to manifest. And you're asking yourself, well, if this isn't what it's supposed to look like, then what is it supposed to look like? And some of you are coming into an understanding that you're a twin, or that you have a divine partner that is meant to be for you, and you're realizing that that is in conflict with the situation that you're in right now. Perhaps you've got a family situation going on, and then you have this, you're realizing that actually this is not the divine partnership, it's not the union that I have desired for myself. This is not what I really wanted, but this is, and this is the energy that I want to attract. And I'm getting the sense that you're being guided by the heavenly realm towards the person that you're meant to be with, but that would obviously mean separating from the family unit that you had in place already, and that is causing a lot of fear for you, because you're wondering, well, how is this going to work? How is this going to manifest? How am I supposed to move away from this thing that I got myself into, but now I'm realizing that it's not actually what it is that I sorry, my phone keeps moving, sliding. It's not actually what the lifestyle that I'm living. Some of you are having to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself to say, well, actually, even though I'm in this situation, it's not the loving energy that I thought I would have for myself, and I see this now. But how do I move forward? How do I move away and separate myself from these energetics? It's kind of like a fight between your 3D self and your authentic self, and you're trying to figure out, well, how am I going to go about this? And you've got the Page of Wands here. Pages are usually messengers, and I'm getting that you're trying to create or manifest something for you, and it's not really coming together the way that you thought it would, because there's a lack of authenticity. There's a lack of you're trying to manage things on your own, but you're not calling in the heavenly realm to help you and do things the way that you want it done, because there is some level of self-reflection that's needed. And this self-reflection is you having to confront things a certain way, when in fact realizing that, well, actually, I have not been making the right decisions for myself, having to have a level of self-responsibility and accountability for how you've been going about things, that has led you to make decisions, and that you're now seeing as perhaps were poor judgment on your part. And it's kind of like a blow to the ego, which is ultimately what the purpose is, because you can't be creating and innovating from a place of a wounded child, because Page energy is somebody who is quite young as well, and sometimes it can be a bit reckless in the way they move or go about things. And so you're trying to manifest from a place of woundedness, a place of inner child wounds, and all that's going to do is attract trauma bonds, bonding with people, bonding with people who you're meant to be with to learn certain lessons about yourself. And it's never really about the other person, even though, some of you are in some toxic situations, some toxic family dynamics. And it's not even about what the other person is doing. It's about recognizing how you've allowed yourself to be in these energetics, knowingly or unknowingly. You are a participant in this, and there's a level of self-accountability and self-reflection that's required in order for you to see how your woundedness has led you to make these decisions and be in these situations that you don't really want to be in anymore, but you feel stuck. You don't know how to get out of it. And so we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. And the sense I'm getting is that you're trying to attract this woman who has a sense of stability about her, who is grounded in who she is, and this is the person that you're feeling really drawn to. And it could be you could be the woman who is in these energies, and you are attracting that divine partner to you. But you're also having to go deep dive and reflect on some of the behaviors and dysfunction that's played out in your life and in your field, and how this has led you to make certain decisions that have pushed you away from this thing that you were trying to attract. And and it's not easy, you know, it's not an easy exercise to have to look at yourself in a certain way and realize that actually some of the drama in my life could have been avoided if I was just honest with myself about how I was feeling. And some of you didn't know this about yourself, and you're coming to this realization because you've taken the time out to have this reflection and see just how this has been playing out in your life. And it's causing you a little bit of distension. It's causing you to have to be in this space of being defensive, whether it's within yourself. I feel like some of you are having this defensive energy internally, but some of you are also feeling defensive because you're in a situation where you're trying to make things work when actually you know that things haven't been working for a very long time. And you're having to have this realization that actually I can't control things. The heavenly realm are trying to push you away from these toxic energies and into this divine partnership. But in order for you to be this, there's a sense that you have to have this union within yourself first in order for you to attract this divine partner. And in order for you to, Hieros Gamos, you know, merge the masculine and feminine within you, there has to be a level of release of these childish toxic energies trying to create from a place of lack, you know, trying to create from a place of not understanding what it is that's going on in your field that keeps leading you back to these toxic dynamics and these energies that are putting you in a place of defensiveness and not knowing really what's going on with you and wanting to figure it out, but not being willing to go in and reflect on what it is you need to change about yourself in order to attract the right kind of energy around you. And I'm seeing here the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Some of you are males, or this is relating to masculine energy, where you're trying to be in a space where you are attracting some level of groundedness and even material wealth. And you know, you're also in a place where you're feeling quite emotional. And these energies, if they are utilized or tapped into in the right way, they're really positive. But when they're not utilized and tapped into in the right way, then it can cause a lot of friction within you and friction with people around you, where you are again trying to manifest and attract from a place of woundedness. This is a lot of inner child stuff, whether it's from this timeline or in past timelines, but it's playing out in your field. And there's a level of you having to just proceed with caution and just have the understanding that whatever it is you desire, you can attract, but you really need to look into yourself and see how you're moving. Because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the deck, and the Knight of Cups can be quite an emotional person. And so yes, it's okay to be in this space, but it's about understanding why you're in that space and what it is you're doing that is creating these energies within you. And we've got the Moon card, and the sense I'm getting from this card is that some of you are dealing with emotions that are somewhat unfamiliar to you, in the sense that you're not recognizing them for what they are. So you could be dealing with emotions that are putting you in this space of constantly feeling like you have to fight for what is yours, being defensive, being irrational, when really what it is here is you're dealing with emotions that are perhaps hidden from you, whether it's you in self-denial or just dealing with the denial in general, and having to really reach in and look for that sense of stability, not outside of yourself, but within yourself, and tap into your emotions and figure out what is it that I need in order to ground me and put me in the right emotional state of mind. And some of you are women dealing with this masculine energy, and some of you are masculine and dealing with these energies within yourself. I feel this is more connected to the masculine energy, and it doesn't necessarily have to be exclusive to men. It could also be women who are also dealing with the masculine energy within themselves, you know, trying to be this person, being the chaser, and also being that person that's bringing in the money, when in actual fact you can utilize these energies in a way that works for you, but it also requires you to tap back into your feminine side and look at your emotions and how these energies are playing out within you. You want to be grounded. You want to be this person who is grounded and is able to connect with their emotions in the right way. But instead of doing that, you're leaning into the masculine energy. And this masculine energy is only putting you much more in your ego than it is in your sensuality and femininity. So the females are being asked to move away, or those of you who are more into your feminine side, to move away from just trying to control things and do things in a way that is creating this kind of defensiveness. Because when you're in defensiveness, you put yourself in victim mode. And when you're in victim mode, then it's hard for you to see things for what they really are. And that leaves you in a place where your emotions or whatever it is you're dealing with is hidden from you, because really you shouldn't be in this place. We want to get those emotions out because you can't heal what you're unwilling to acknowledge. And so there's a level of you having to acknowledge that, okay, I am in a space where I'm being defensive. What is creating this defensive energy within me? And look into that and investigate it within yourself, because you can tap into this masculine energy, which is stable, and have emotions that are stabilized, but you can't do that from a place of fear. There's a lot of fear going on right now where the masculines are scared of making the right moves and doing things in a way that is going to create the shift and change they need in their life. And there are also some feminines who are struggling with the masculine energy within themselves that are also carrying these energetics. And what you're being asked to do is just to really look within. Look at how this is playing out in your life. How are you being this person that is constantly in denial and playing victim, and then crying foul because things aren't working the way you want them to work, when actually it's not about your external circumstances. These are all ego constructs that need to be decimated. And what the heavenly realm is saying is that this is yours for the taking. If you want the true depiction of this stability, where you've got a family and you've got everything that you desire materially or whatever, then you need to take the time to just have an understanding with yourself about how this fear is playing out and how it's manifesting in your life. And you really need to take accountability. And if there are people who are carrying these energies around you, then it's because there's something in you that is attracting this energy. And you just need to ask the heavenly realm to help you. You know, meditate or do whatever you need to do. You need to reconnect with yourself, with God and Divine Mother, and ask them to guide you and help you figure out how you can get out of the self-denial or denial in general. Ask them to show you how these energies are manifesting in your life, whether it's within you or outside of you. Because if it's outside of you, then it's 100% within you, and you need to just have that recognition. So there's a lot of accountability here that is needed overall. If you want to attract this stability, this divine union, and this family that you desire, and you want to come into union with your twin or your divine partner, then you need to take accountability and look at yourself honestly and ask yourself, What is my responsibility in this? What is my, where do I need to hold myself accountable? What decisions have I made that have led me into these energetics that are not really serving me? What is blocking me from seeing what I really need to see about myself in this situation? And so what you're being asked to do really is confront the fear rather than run from it and hide from your accountability and self-responsibility. You're being asked to confront the fear and just take stock of how this is playing out in your life and where you have accountability and self-responsibility in that regard. And once you do that, then the path forward will be made a lot clearer. But right now, if you choose to stay in these dynamics, then the only thing you're going to keep attracting is chaos, because this is chaotic energy. So if you want to move forward, and you want to move forward with grace and ease, then you really need to take a hard look in the mirror and ask yourself where you're not doing the work, where you're not holding yourself accountable, and what your responsibility is in these dynamics that are playing out in your life. Okay, well, I hope that serves you. I wish you all a blessed week ahead, and I'm sending you omni waves of love. Thank you. Bye.